What's up, you guys? What's up, family? What's up, Jimmy Jimmers? How you guys doing? Welcome to Motivation Monday. So today I want to take a little bit more of this is going to be a little bit more of a practical kind of application Motivation Monday. And you may look at the title and be like, seriously, dude? Like, we're talking about the holidays already? And yeah, we need to. Because as your coach, it is my job, my responsibility to see things that could potentially be threats for you way before they ever become threats for you and coach you to get through them, to prepare for them, and to succeed through them. And so when we talk about holidays, it's very necessary to actually address this now. Now, before we even get into this, I know we have an international audience, okay? I know we have an international audience. And some of you are like, well, I don't even celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't even celebrate Christmas. Like, I don't really care, okay? The fact of the matter is that what I'm going to be talking about today happens in every culture across the world. Because every culture across the world, regardless of what country you're in, you always have intrinsic, meaning inside, stress and strife and challenges, and you also have extrinsic or external environment, stress and strife and challenges. So in order to properly manage those and properly combat those, you need to be prepared and you need to know what to expect, okay? So let me start off with the intrinsic, the inside, the stuff that's going on inside of you, okay? It's called your internal locus of control, or foci of control, focal point of control, however you want to think about it. What's going on inside your head? What's the internal monologue inside your body? So there's a couple of different camps that are developing or that have developed in the Members Corner, right? And it's kind of like this in life as well, in life in general, okay? So on one camp, there are a lot of people that are in a good place. They're on the summit. They are rocking it. They're getting victory stories. Their exercise is working. Their movement's working. Their mindset's working. Their nutrition is working. Their hydration's working. Their body's pretty dialed, and they're getting great results. We have moms getting on the floor playing with their kids and playing catch with each other. We have people hiking through the woods with trekking poles again when a year ago they were sitting in a wheelchair. We have people getting on and off the floor. We have people that are figuring out their bodies. We have people that are visiting friends and traveling the world and doing stuff that they never thought they could do a year ago, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, now doing that and rocking it. We have people getting up off the toilet. We have people taking showers without falling down. We have people making it through a whole movie and not having to use the restroom because their bladder control is better. Like, these are all really good things. So these people are rocking it. These are the authors of victory stories right now, and they're living in this state of optimism and motivation and momentum and really feeling good about themselves because they're like, yes, this stuff actually works. My body is changing. I'm counteracting MS. My symptoms are at bay. I'm feeling good. I'm getting better. I'm feeling stronger. And man, life is good. So here's the thing. A lot of times during this time of year, and like, we're a global culture, you guys. Like, that's just the way it is. So things that happen here in America, where I am, or in the northern hemisphere, also affect you in the southern hemisphere, right? So what happens in America affects Europe and South America. What happens in South America affects Asia and Australia. Like, it's a global economy and a global culture at this point. So when I say this, it's not just because these are American holidays come up, but I can just tell you from being an American for 40 years now, I can tell you that this time of year, it's supposed to be full of joy and light and happiness and like servanthood and all this kind of stuff. And oftentimes, yes, that element is there for maybe a day, maybe like during Thanksgiving and on Christmas morning or something like that, right? For example, that's what I celebrate. But everything leading up to Thanksgiving, all the days in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and all of the time between Christmas, New Year's, and thereafter are typically filled with stress, overwhelm, pressure, Whether that's financial pressure to buy gifts, buy food, whether that is social pressure to include the right people and give the right gifts and say the right things and make those relationships happen, or like put up with relatives you don't want to, or show up to this function that you don't necessarily want to go to, or whatever it is. Those kind of things can knock you off your summit and knock you out of your victory zone really, really fast. So those of you that are in your victory zone, I need you to prepare your mind and prepare your heart for setbacks that may happen. Because during holiday seasons and during times when there's a lot of family stuff going on, a lot of cultural celebration, and people get together and whatever, inevitably, there's going to be some drama. There's going to be some people that don't understand what you're doing. There's going to be some people that once saw you as broken and can't really accept the fact that you're getting better, or don't really understand the process of change and don't really understand the process of what you're doing in the MS gym. So when you try to tell them about what you're doing in the MS gym, you're either going to be met with crickets, you're either going to be met with opinion, you're either going to be met with faulty expectations, or you're either going to be met with disappointment. That's just the way it is. So when you think about it, if you're in a good state right now, you really need to prepare yourself to guard your heart, guard your mind, and guard your time. That the things that have gotten you to this point, that have gotten you to this victory point, you need to keep doing, and you need to guard that time for your movement and your mindset training ruthlessly. Because when you have people come in from out of town, you feel obligated to hang out with them. When you have big meals coming up and you need to make the magical recipes that take 6 hours to do, oftentimes exercise gets pushed aside. When you have to make that obligatory trip to the mall or whatever it is to go Christmas shopping or go to an event or a Christmas carol or a party, oftentimes the preparation for all that takes place of your preparation and your discipline of staying with your movement and your mindset training. I can tell you straight up, it's going to get harder to stay compliant to your program during these next 2.5 months. It's going to be very hard. You're going to eat things you don't normally eat. You're going to drink things you don't normally drink. You're going to skip things you don't normally skip. You're going to be distracted by things you're not normally distracted by. You're going to have to invest in relationships that normally aren't part of your life. Your schedule is going to change. Events are going to change. The attitude's going to change. You're going to be expending more energy on things that you don't normally spend energy on. And guess what? Your threat bucket is a limited resource at this point. So you can only put so much in there. So I am warning you that you're going to have to fight extra hard to manage the stuff that normally happens during holidays because you haven't been in this place before. You haven't been in a place of victory before. You haven't been in a place of change before. You haven't been in a place of victory before. So you're not going to expect that stuff to take you out because last year we weren't even in existence during the holidays really. The MOC just got started. The membership just got started. You guys didn't have this place to come from, and you were just trying to get through the holidays and just make it. You were just trying to survive. But now, you're going to try to attempt to thrive throughout the holidays, not just survive. Because if you let all those distractions get in your way, you're going to lose a lot of ground. So I need to warn you, and I need to advise you, and I need to encourage you. You need to set your boundaries now, that you need to block off your exercise time, your movement time, your MS gym time, your MOC time, your mindset time now, so that nobody interrupts that over the next 2.5 months. Now, some of you may not be in that victory place. Some of you may be struggling right now. Those of you that are struggling right now, there's going to be a large temptation because of all the extra added stress coming at you during the holidays, the same stress that we were just talking about for those that are in a place of victory right now. But instead of getting distracted, you're going to get discouraged. And a lot of times what happens is if you're just starting out and you're just building momentum and you're just starting to integrate movement and mindset into your life, then it's tough for you right now and it's challenging for you right now, and you're doing everything you possibly can to focus on just healing, in a couple weeks when all the holiday nonsense starts to happen and energy demands start to happen and all the stuff that you're expected to do for the holidays, or that you're obligated to do, or you're pressured to do, or maybe that you want to do for the holidays, you're going to have this great temptation to be like, this is so tough right now. I don't have time for this. I'm going to pack it in. I'm going to say, you know what? Screw it. I'll start in January. That's the worst thing that you could possibly do. That is the worst thing that you could possibly do. Because right now, your brain, you started to work out, you started to move, you started to try to build these new neurologic symptoms, build these new neuromuscular pathways, build this new progressive threat reduction habit and mindset and system in your life, that you're starting to push that rock up the hill. Yes, it's effort. Yes, it's difficult, but you are making progress if you're moving and you're working on your mindset daily. The minute you let go and you're just like, screw it, I don't care, boom! You're not only going to fall, you're going to fall hard. You will fall hard. So you that are struggling, you also have to defend your time. And just as I've mentioned in many other presentations, movement is the one thing that inhibits or counteracts the receptors in your body that create threat. And threat, neurologic threat in your body, is what causes flare-ups, is what causes relapses, it's what causes fatigue, it's what causes exhaustion, it's what causes anxiety, depression, and just feelings of despair and discouragement. It's too much. When something's too much, that is a neurologic threat. So remember, movement is the one thing that can counteract those nociceptors that sense threat in your body, whether that's physically, on a motor perspective, a systemic perspective, meaning your organs, your heart rate, your blood vessels, what's called your autonomic nervous system. So your internal organs, your joints, your muscles, your nerves, they all feed off sensory feedback in your body. And if you have all this additional stress and pressure and obligations and demands put on you by the cultural environment around you, then that internal environment inside of you starts to get really stressed out. So that's why I say you need to guard your boundaries, guard your time, and viciously protect the time and the effort that you have set aside for exercise. And you may even want to do 10 to 20% more. Little things like moving your hands, doing some extra neck stuff, moving your feet, moving your hips, whatever it might be. Because that little extra amount of movement that doesn't stress you out is actually the anti-threat medicine that you need to make it through the next 2 months of a lot of pressure and demands placed upon you. So stopping your exercise, stopping your movement, stopping the MS gym is not a good idea. Now, that's not to say that you need to keep pushing and grinding and work. You may need to take the next 8 weeks and just work on some familiar workouts, some familiar programs, some familiar companion guides. Okay? Some familiar exercises from the free group that you've done 6 or 7 times that feel good to you. You need to focus on the things that make your body feel good and relaxed and fed and nourished and calmed and balanced. You do not, unless you want to and you feel good, you do not need to hit it harder and harder and harder trying to make massive gains. You just need to feed good movement in your body so that threat reduction is allowed to happen. So whether you're up on the summit of victory or you're down in the valley of challenge, you need to keep moving. You need to guard your boundaries, guard your time, and don't let anyone take that away from you. If there's a shopping date and that gets in the way of your movement training, you better sure as hell either say, no, I will meet you after, or you need to move your movement practice time around. do not expect that you're going to go shopping all day at some mall and then you're going to come back and do your movement practice. It ain't going to happen. I'm just being honest. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been working with people for 20 years. Everybody falls apart in November and December. Everyone. And then they try to go back and like rekindle and get motivated back in January. You're not only starting from a dead stop, you are starting from a dead stop with a silverback gorilla hanging on your back of fatigue and sugar and carbs and stress and inflammation and worry and anxiety and depression and family drama and exhaustion and lack of sleep and all that junk. You're starting from a dead stop with an anchor on your back. But those of my clients who continue to work out, not always at 100% intensity, but even at 70%, they continue to work out at 70% of their normal intensity through November and December, through the holidays. They crushed it in January, February, and March. They actually made more gains because they kept their momentum going, where most people on this planet, I would say 98%, stop during the holidays or let themselves get distracted and do nothing. You've got to feed that internal environment if you're going to handle the external environment effectively. And because you have MS, because you have a neurologic disturbance, you have to manage yourself internally that much more intensely and take it that much more seriously. So let's talk about the external environment for a sec. I think you guys got the point. Keep moving, keep working on your mindset, protect your time. Now, when you talk about the external environment, like especially around the holidays, it's very family-centric. And if you're not celebrating holidays right now, there's a time in your culture when it's very family-centric. It's very all about celebration and getting together as the family and all this kind of stuff. It's a global phenomenon as human beings. It's a human quality that if you're in a family, you get together sometimes. However, there's another side where if you don't have a lot of family, that can be stressful too. So you either have stress from being around your family or not being around family. So let's dive into those real quick, because this happens a lot. So number one, if you have a family that you are connected with during the holidays, it can be a very joyous time. It can be a very cool time, a very happy time, a very I really enjoy getting together with the people I love. I enjoy watching the kids around. I enjoy watching them open presents. It's just cool to get together. I love the holidays because I get to be around everybody. That's great for you. However, oftentimes, especially in large families, or maybe not, just in families in general, there's typically some drama that happens. And it may not even be outright drama, like somebody gets drunk and gets in a fist fight or something like that, which I have seen happen. Not in my family, but I have seen it happen. But it's not the get drunk and make a fool out of yourself, but it's the preparation of everybody coming into town, or you're leaving town, or prepping for guests, or cleaning the house, or prepping for food, shopping for food, putting things together. The preparation up to people coming in and then the cleanup after people leaving can really take a toll on you. Especially if you are a servant, especially if you have a servant heart, this can really jack your world up if you have MS. Because here's the thing, you guys, when we're in a time of year where there's a lot of family events and a lot of family stuff, there's extra pressure put on all of us to put on a happy face, to connect, to build relationships, to have conversation, and typically, I would say 90% of the time, to provide, prepare, or purchase something to bring. It's just the way we are as humans. So there's that extra pressure, okay? There's also the pressure of you showing up with MS, and one of two things happens. Either A, you show up and you do still have MS, and you may not be able to help as much as you want. And you may have people trying to help you, and this may cause your threat bucket to overflow. You've got to let people help you. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of frailty. You can choose when you help and when you let yourself be helped. That is your decision. It doesn't mean that you have to sit there and be like, okay, I'm just going to do nothing. If you want to do something, be assertive and step up and be like, you know what? I'm going to stand up and carve this turkey. I'm going to stand up and blend these cranberries. I'm going to stand up and help set the table. Like, take a stand on yourself and say what you want to do. But at the same point, don't feel bad and don't feel weak and don't feel disempowered by the fact when you get tired and you sit down and something that you know you want to do, you just physically can't do, and you have to have somebody else, and you want to let somebody else help you do that. Let them do that. It gives them a sense of purpose. It gives them a sense of position. It gives them a sense of doing something good for someone else. Don't take that from someone else. And I'm going to do another Motivation Monday on what that means. But I'm just saying, let yourself be served, but also have the assertiveness that you're not an invalid, right? You're not bedridden. You're not a weakling. If you want to do something and you feel good enough to do it, stand up and say, I got this. Instead of telling people that you're getting better, show them that you're getting better. Instead of telling people that you can stand up for longer, show them you can stand up for longer. Instead of telling them that this MS gym thing is working and you can use your hands more, show them and make a salad or dice up some cranberries or whatever the heck you guys do. Like, do something to show them. But then, when it's time to rest, let yourself rest. Because if you push yourself too much, because you feel pressured to make everything magical and you don't want your MS to get in the way and you don't want to feel like a burden, you're going to end up on your face. So I need you to hear me one more time. Let yourself receive the help. Let yourself receive the help because it's a blessing to someone else who loves you. But then on the same other hand, or I guess on the other hand, same amount of intensity, be assertive in showing people how far you've come since last Christmas or last Thanksgiving. Be assertive and say, no, I have this. Leave me alone. I got this. This is the one thing I really want to do. And show them how much stronger you become. Be an example. Be an inspiration. Be a conversation starter. Like, oh my gosh, Julie, like, how are you this much stronger? Then the proof is there so that then you can say, look, I've been doing this program called the MS Gym and that's why I could do what I just did. What I want you to avoid, which is the second thing that happens in families, is that you just show up and you just kind of sit there like you normally do and you tell everybody about how great the MS Gym is doing and how great you are and how you're walking better and moving better and being better and all this kind of stuff. And then the response, again, like I said before, is either they don't hear you, they dismiss you, they ignore you, they try to lower your expectations, they try to impose their opinions or expectations on you because they don't understand how it is that exercise can reverse the effects of MS. How can we counteract the symptoms of MS through exercise and mindset training? If somebody doesn't seek to understand that, they're never going to understand it. So instead of being disappointed, instead of feeling judged, instead of feeling like nobody understands you, instead of feeling like the victim where you're sitting there being like, I'm trying to tell people how great this is and how much better I'm doing, and everybody's looking at me and no one sees any change. They can't see what they don't know how to see, you guys. They can't hear what they don't know how to hear or what they don't want to hear. A lot of times, I don't mean this to sound harsh, but the MS Gym may be the best thing in your life right now, but it may be something that has, like, somebody else in your family does not give a flying rip about. So instead of trying to prove it, and instead of trying to seek approval with family, and instead of trying to show them so that you get validation that what you're doing is working, get inside yourself, assure yourself, know who you are, what you're doing, what you've done, and what you're capable of. Walk over to that damn sink, grab some vegetables, and start making a salad. Take out the trash. Play with the kids. Walk the dog. Go up and down the stairs unassisted. Use your trekking poles more. Dance with your spouse. Dance with the kids. Participate in games. Don't take a nap. Whatever it might be. Instead of you trying to seek external validation that you are getting better, Seek internal validation that you are going to go up to that sink and help prepare food for the first time in 5 years to show yourself what you're capable of. And if anybody else in that room witnesses it and validates you, good for them. It's not for them. This holiday season is for you. This holiday season is to celebrate you and your accomplishments and what you're doing. Not to get validation from everybody else that you think needs to have your opinion, or that you think you need to have their opinion. This holiday season is for you. So that's why I'm saying, stay in your lane. Don't look right, don't look left. Stay in your lane. Guard your movement practice. Guard your mindset practice. Guard your time focusing on you. Guard your quiet time ruthlessly. Otherwise, you will get swallowed up in the chaos that everybody else around you is getting swallowed up in, and you can't afford to do that. And I give you permission, you can even use me as the excuse. Coach T says I have to go rest. Coach T says I got to do my movement every day. Coach T says I got to listen to Motivation Monday today. Coach T says I got to go listen to Missy Moment today. I don't care what it interrupts. You got to make the time. So the other thing is that if you're alone, if you feel isolated, if you don't have a big family, that can be depressing. That can be anxiety-ridden. That can put you into a place and spiral you down into a neurologic bucket that is very dark, very sad, very depressing. Guess what? You have the MS gym. All of you have the MS gym. Whether you have a family outside of this place or not, we all have each other. And the thing is, a lot of times during the holidays, you see these commercials of the perfect family, and like I talked to Ken this morning, or like you see the commercial of the husband bringing out the wife with her eyes closed, and she takes off her eyes, and there's a brand new BMW with a bow sitting on it in the driveway. Like, that's not reality for like 99% of the world. So do not have those expectations. Whatever you see on TV, whatever you hear on the radio, whatever you see out in media, negate that, because it's just marketing. They're trying to elicit a response to make you buy stuff. So it's not true. And a lot of times what will happen is that because there's so much of a family message around capitalism and consumerism, is that those of us who are alone, those of us who are isolated, those of us who are alienated and feel like we've either been rejected, we've been left, we've been cast out, we don't have family, they walked away, we weren't good enough, we weren't worthy enough, they didn't love me. It becomes very apparent. It's in your face all the time. I need you to realize that, like, you're my family and I'm your family. Misty and I and Ken and everybody else, we're not going anywhere over the holidays. We're not leaving for 2 weeks and it's like, it's Christmas, I'm out. No, I'm pouring into you guys. Because I know how hard this time of year can be. It reminds you, a lot of people, it reminds you of loss. I lost my dad. My dad will never get to see my baby. Will never get to see my daughters open Christmas presents. Did never get to see them do that. Because he died before they were born. He never even got to say Merry Christmas to Misty because he never even met her. So I go through it too. I need you. So if you're alone and you're isolated, guess what? You're not alone and isolated, because even though it's virtual, don't pour into the members corner. And if you're not a member of the membership yet, oh my gosh, like, you need to become a member just for the members corner. I honestly believe that the amount of mindset shifts that I've seen over the past month since we had Summit are the reason why healing is happening in the members corner. Yes, my programs are good. Yes, they're neurologically awesome. Yes, they are the most scientifically put together in the MS community out there. Yes, I'm an expert. Yes, I know what I'm talking about. But I tell you, I could give you the best program on the freaking planet, but if your mind is not plugged into it, you're going nowhere. Mindset is key. Belonging is key. Community is key. Feeling accepted, welcomed, understood, and loved is key. So if you've lost someone and you feel alone, get into the membership. Get into the members corner, because there is nothing but love, support, and prosperity going on in there. You have a family here. You're not alone. You're not alone. You can choose to be alone, but it's not the only option anymore. Last year, MOC didn't even exist. Very few people were actually in there. We were just getting started. Everyone's like, what the hell's going on? This is membership. I don't even know what's happening. I'm just trying to move my arms. Now, there is a full-out family revolution, awesome thing happening in that members corner. So if you're alone, get in a family. We have one for you here. You're not alone. Whether you have a family outside of the MOC or you do not, we are a family and we're not going anywhere. We are with you. We are in this. We love you. We are here. Just come. Come as you are. No matter what's happened to you. I got you. I'll be spending Christmas with you because I love you. So, final closing on this, you guys, is that our goals this holiday season is to avoid overwhelm. Another goal this holiday season is to stay consistent. Another goal this holiday season is to ruthlessly guard your time. Another goal this holiday season is don't take things very seriously. Ken made this point this morning. He's like, that's the thing. He's like, don't take family stuff as seriously as you have in the past. Because if you really think about it, that drama that you're experiencing for those couple days, Thanksgiving and Christmas, in a month, they're all going to go off and do their thing, and you're stuck inside your MS body trying to figure out what the hell just happened to you. Because you let yourself get distracted. You let yourself get pulled into the drama. You let yourself get pressured to skip your exercise, skip your mindset, fall off your diet, don't get hydrated, don't sleep, because that's what you're supposed to do. No, you're not. The holidays are just days. They're just events that happen on a day. But you do not have to feel like you need to be obligated to stop your life, stop what's making you feel good, so that everybody else has a good time. No. Put your oxygen mask on first, like they tell you on an airplane. Put your oxygen mask on first, otherwise you're no good to anyone else. You got to keep moving, you got to keep thinking, you got to keep resting, you got to keep hydrating, you got to keep nourishing if you want to keep thriving, otherwise you are a waste to yourself. And you will end up in January feeling horrible, mentally, physically, everything. So avoid overwhelm, guard your time, be committed to your exercise, and the fourth thing is remember who you are. You're one of my athletes. I know how hard you're working. These programs in this platform are not easy. They take work and effort. This is not mamby-pamby time. This is not traditional rehab where it's like, okay, just move your arm up and down. Move your arm up and down. No, man. It's like move your arm up and down. Now try to take a step. Move your arm up and down while thinking about butts, guts, blades, apple chin, pelvic floor, feet together, pushing the floor. Like, I don't mess around. So the workouts that you're doing, like, you are in training. You are in training to counteract your MS. And yes, you can have some treats, and yes, you can enjoy a couple adult beverages, and yes, you can have a little bit of sugar and all that kind of stuff, but don't get so far off track that it takes you off course. Okay? You can sample here, sample there, but don't go all the way over here, and don't go all the way over here. Stay in your lane. If these are my lanes right here, stay in here. You can veer over here a little bit and veer over here a little bit like, oh, there's some pumpkin pie. Oh, there's a little bit of nice wine. Oh, here it is. I'm going to stay up a little late watching a holiday movie. Oh, I danced too much. I danced the night away and I'm a little tired. Fine. But you never go outside of the lane. You never go outside of the lane. You stay in your lane. Because you've got to remember who you are. You're one of my athletes. You're working your tail off. You're on a mission right now to counteract MS, and you do not want to let 8 weeks of distraction pull you off of the track that you're already on, the momentum that you already have, or the gains that you've already worked so hard for, that you've achieved. So I need you to just stay calm, stay present, stay connected, keep doing what you're doing. That is the main message. If you don't hear anything else out of this whole last however long this has been, stay doing what you're doing. Stay consistent. You've got to move every day. You've got to work on your mindset every day. And I'm telling you, that nice, safe little workout zone and schedule and all that kind of stuff is about to get flipped on its head. So prepare for it. Know that you're going to have to put in extra effort to manage your stress, manage some unexpected, unpredictable things coming at you, and remember, your brain seeks to find consistency and predictability. So the more consistent and the more predictable you can keep your schedule, your mindset, your dialogue, your stress levels, your routine, the better you're going to be, the better holiday season you're going to be, the stronger you're going to feel, and the more stable you're going to come out of it in January, ready to rock 2019 with me. Because we got some fun stuff coming up. And you do not want to miss out on what's coming up in January and February because you're in the middle of a holiday flare-up for 6 weeks because you didn't listen to what I said today. Okay? So I want you guys to have a good time. I want you guys to enjoy your family. I want you guys to make this truly like a light-filled holiday season instead of the typical dark, tumultuous, chaotic, and drama-filled holiday season which infects the entire world. It just does. So you choose to be happy. Decide right now that you will choose to be happy and you will choose to participate. However, you're deciding right now that holiday cheer ain't going to interrupt the MS Gym awesomeness. Let me repeat that. Holiday cheer and obligation and all that crap ain't going to affect or interrupt the MS Gym awesomeness. Because if you want to keep getting what you have, you need to keep doing what you're doing. That's what I got to say. So I'm very proud of you guys. I came on today to talk about this because I know how hard some of you have worked, and I would hate and it would break my heart to know that some of you, how far you've come over the past 2, 3, 6, 9, 12 months, all of a sudden just get whacked with something that I didn't prepare you for and be taken out. So we will be talking about this more as we go throughout the holiday season, but I just want you to focus on preparing yourself to succeed, expecting the unexpected. Know that you may possibly have some drama-filled moments and start thinking about and preparing yourself for how am I going to back myself out of that better this year than I did last year. And I tell you what, if I see increased posts in the members corner for people reaching out wanting to deal with things like family drama or false expectations or people judging that family members being like, well, I thought you'd be better by now and all that crap, that is okay. That's what we're here for during this time. Support, 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 support. Yes, we will get to exercise. Yes, we will rock it out. But if you guys need support from some BS that's happening in your life caused by yourself or someone else, reach out, get in here. And if you need a support community over the holidays, you got to join the membership, man. Number one, you'll have an exercise plan. Number two, you get your own movement prescription. And number three, you have a bunch of people that you get to do life with and walk through this. And every single person understands you in the MS Gym. Everybody outside of the MS Gym probably doesn't understand you very much. I would say it's a small percentage. So serve yourself well. Serve your family well. Stay true to what you know. Stay on track and do not veer. Stay in your lane. And let's get ready to have a good time. Let's end up in January. Let's start this process now. And let's end up in January ready to rock the beginning of 2019 because we thrived and we claimed victory over this holiday season, and it allowed you to keep moving on that progress that you're making because you stay committed to what you already know works. So I love you guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I hope this advice heed you well, and I want you to start developing and processing and becoming aware of all this stuff that's going to start building around you. And all you got to do is just do the matrix, man, the MS Gym matrix. It's like, nope, I'm good. Don't have time. I'll talk to you later. Let me get my exercises done. Nope, I got to take some quiet time. I'm over here. I got a Motivation Monday to listen to. Yeah, we can do that, but I'm not available till this time. Deflect. Wah! Right? Like, deflect all that stuff and stay in your lane. Okay? So that's how you start preparing for the holiday threat bucket overflow. That is how you start protecting your heart, your mind, your brain, your joints, your muscles, your nerves, all that kind of stuff, so that this time of year doesn't take you out. It actually catapults you because you're so much more focused on staying in your lane because of all this other crap outside of here. You're so focused. You're like, no, I'm good. Imagine yourself being in a really crowded room, and it's like you have to block out everything else so you can just focus on stepping forward, which I know a lot of you live in that place. You do better work that way. So let's use this holiday season as an opportunity to thrive, opportunity to learn, opportunity to grow, instead of an excuse to stop, feel bad for ourselves, not put in the work, and let ourselves get sidetracked. Okay? If you need help with anything, reach out to me, movement moderators, your MOC, Ken, leadership team, whoever. We are here for you, ready to help you. We're going to rock this. We're going to finish 2018 strong, and then we're going to fire it up at 19, baby, because that's what we do here. All right? So, you guys have an awesome day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.